gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew. One for me.
It's Madden NFL 23, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Texans and the Raiders on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And coming up in an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Mills. He finds his man Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, Mills. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a toss out wide to McAllister. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Carr to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The Raiders at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. Now he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mills got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They give to Ingram up the middle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and short yardage, Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook. Now 2nd is short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Running right, here's McAllister. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A give running left, McAllister. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Carr on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. And motion left goes a tight end. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st down, Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. A handoff to McAllister. Down to the 22-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run here with McAllister. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Carr. He's He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's...
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough, a rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. Well, they've won a few in the years following. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they have been seeking.
First down, Mills. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 29, Mills. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr on the move to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Steps away. He hits Adams complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
The tackle made at the 34-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Carr. Flush to his under pressure again, and down he goes again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Out to his left. And he's going to go down again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on fourth down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Desmond King back deep. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Slot man moves right. On the give, McAllister with it, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And it's complete to Adams. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing. Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
This is McAllister, taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
On play action, now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Out of his end zone, Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think a lot of teams count on his defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Carr. Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. To throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mills. Quick slant complete to Howard. The 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard, 68 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Texans 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They run with Deuce McAllister. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, you're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe. There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. From the 45 on 2nd down, Mills. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch it. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He'll buy some time right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On the carry, it's McAllister. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. Now Carr. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a give right side. McAllister. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Houston's offense take it over again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Mills on 1st down.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Mills.
They go screen. This is Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing, Mills.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mills, 4th down, got to have it. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Mills to the air again.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Mills throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and
5. Mills to throw it.
And that would be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the
Texans with the football now in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Carr now on 1st down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Isaac Yedem picks it.
And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
No, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
We have still a 3-score hill to...
And the Raiders have got him. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
After the sack on 1st down, Mills, he dumps it down to Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
3rd and long for Mills. Finds his man, it's John Mechie.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And now here's another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On play action, it's Carr. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's good for Las Vegas. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Carr going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Mills. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Mills to Cooks there, and that connection good for a Houston first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Mills. There again is Cooks, complete. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mills. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Mills again. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tyler Johnson. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
Texans 14.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
6-18.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a
Delay
drive.
game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
Carr going to throw here. That's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
So it's a win here for the Raiders, and it was Derek.
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions.